I've done my videos about Cyberpunk 2077 before it came out. Then I did my long form review and all of that stuff. I talked about it a lot afterwards. I talked about my experience with it. It wasn't a good one. It was disappointing to say the least. In several different ways. You can watch my full review if you want to check that out. But we got some new news because I did, and the reason why I'm covering this is because I said this. I mentioned this aspect of this game being a possible redemption arc, and that was the online aspect of that they were talking about that was coming at a later date with Cyberbug 777. Okay. Well, we just got news that the multiplayer is being reconsidered, which means they may cancel it or they may delay it. They say here, Cyberpunk 2077 was supposed to get a multiplayer mode at some point, though at most recent check-in, not likely until 2022 or beyond. But now it's possible that we may not see this mode at all, or at least CD Projekt Red is being a bit cagey about how or when it might implement or be implemented into the future. And a strategy update from CD Projekt Red says President Adam Kaczynski said that the studio was adjusting its strategy around online experiences in its games, saying it was focusing on bringing online into all franchises one day and working on an online technology that can be integrated into its games. But he continued, that means a change of some sort, how Cyberpunk 2077's planned multiplayer might be implemented. Previously, this is what Adam Kaczynski says. Previously, we hinted at our next AAA game, I guess, would be a multiplayer Cyberpunk game, but we have decided to reconsider this plan, given our new, more systemic and agile approach. Instead of primarily focus on big online experience or game, we are focused on bringing online into our franchises one day. So as opposed to bringing, I guess, in terms of how it's worded from what I pick up, is that they're focusing less on coming out with this big online experience, it being the next project, and they're focusing on trying to just bring online into all of their franchises at some point. So it's a pivot, I guess, from the next big game will for sure be an online title. So it's not a confirmation, but it does kind of sound like they're at least obviously reconsidering. That doesn't mean that it won't have multiplayer going into the future, though. It just may not be the next project. This is interesting. Reason being is because the reason why, and I want to make my case real quick because a lot of people got it twisted. My thing was that it's not just with the upgraded experience, right? This was supposed to be this next gen. Cyberbug was supposed to be this next gen experience, right? It was supposed to be this true. They marketed it in this way that it was kind of going to be this sort of life simulator single player RPG, and then after that they were going to bring in the multiplayer. The reason they utterly failed on the form. I don't even care if you enjoyed the game. They failed. It was simply I got the receipts. We've went through everything that was said. This game did not deliver in that aspect that it was supposed to be as a single player experience. So my case was that, okay, maybe they could do that because they'll be incentivized to do it more in an online setting. Giving the reader or the game player more customizable experiences, and what have you, and having that player be able to tell his own story instead of Johnny Shoehorn being in my fucking head the entire game. So that was my case. I was like, okay, maybe that seeing and playing the game, I was like, I could see how this could cross over into a more multiplayer experience, and it could be pretty sweet. Now they're going to again. It sounds like it's eventually, if they do continue on with the Cyberpunk franchise, a genre rather, they're going to have that in there. It may just not be the next project. But man, this game is in a interesting spot because I know it just came out with a big patch. I have no desire to touch it again. Like I beat it. I've seen everything there is to see. There's nothing for me to play until the DLC comes out, and even with the DLC, it's like it's probably going to be a Johnny Shoehorn DLC. And to be completely honest, I'm not interested in this. I was more intrigued in this title was because they were going the route of it being more of the story is about me, not about fucking someone else, which is what it became about. And then if they give me a Johnny Shoehorn a DLC, I'm not going to be as interested to play that, to be completely honest. That doesn't mean I won't, definitely if it's free, but I'm just not going to be as stoked to just sit up here and go through like this sort of in the past story with fucking Johnny Silverhand. Like I'm fucking not interested in that at all. But yeah, man, this game was a goddamn letdown. I'm just updating you guys on what's going on. Some people that play these types of like games, they're like they don't care because like about single player. Oh, they are single player games. It's one thing I did learn in the last year, which is fucking bizarre to me. I can understand not being a guy that you don't play multiplayer games, but I didn't know that there were this many people that are anti-multiplayer. That's fucking weird to me because I've grown playing multiplayer. I mean, my entire life being definitely growing up in the last generation of arcade gamers. But some people just don't like that experience. They just want to play single player games all day long. But they're obviously not gonna not make online games. They understand that's where the industry is trending. And that's where people are. It extends the life of certain games and what have you. So I was excited about that because I saw that there was potential with the game itself. But it looks like they're going to be at least at minimum reconsidering if that next project is going to be the multiplayers of Cyberpunk, which they had said would be coming out. We'll see what happens. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.